So Car.com has just raised $98 million, and luckily for me, I got a very small allocation through a syndicate. In today's special episode of Researching Private Startups, I'm going to be researching Car.com, going through their website and showing you their offering. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hi everyone, my name is Avishai, and today I'm going to be researching a private company, a startup. And just like researching stocks, where I mostly research companies that I am either interested in owning soon or I already own the stock, in researching private companies and startup, I'm going to be researching companies that I managed to get some kind of allocation investment in them, either directly or through a syndicate. And today I'm going to be talking about Car.com that just picked up $98 million. And I'm going to be going over the TechCrunch article for starters, just because the press kind of covered it there in the beginning. So Car.com, a Houston-based company providing end-to-end e-commerce services, brought in its third funding round this year, this time a $98 million Series B round to bring its total funding to $143. Oak HCFT led the new round of funding and was joined by PayPal Ventures, Clearco, G9 Ventures, Mercury Fund, Valador Partners, and Arsenal Growth. Strategic investors in the Series B including Heyday CEO Sebastian Ramirez and Casper CEO Philip Krim. The new round follows a $25 million Series A round led by Mercury and Arsenal in July, and $20 million seed round from Bearing Ventures. Car.com CEO Omar Tariq, who was previously an executive at Home Depot and COO of Blinds.com, co-founded the company in September 2020 with Jim Jacobson, former CEO of RTIC Outdoors. Tariq told TechCrunch that the company provided software services and infrastructure to businesses so they can scale online. Car.com is taking the best parts of selling direct-to-consumer on marketplaces like Amazon and Shopify to create value for brands. Tariq said he is pioneering the term e-commerce as a service to bring together under one platform a suite of business tools like storefront software, marketing, fulfillment, payments, and customer service. So just in a nutshell, a lot of businesses, especially really big ones, have had an issue with the world of e-commerce. They manage to open stores, but not really drive sales in a sophisticated way. Many of these businesses got stuck, continuing to use a lot of retail power to sell their product. And when you're selling a lot through retail big boxes, you're losing a lot of margin on the way. Let's see what Tariq said. He said, "We see the power of having interconnected platform. There are also needs to be a hybrid between selling direct to consumer and on Amazon and Shopify for companies that don't have the money to pay for a percentage of their sales and receive no access to customers or data." So one of the problems, in addition to losing a lot of margin when you're working with retailers, is that you have no data. And you're losing a lot of that precious data that you can use because you're selling your product, but you don't know to who. Going on here, Car.com went after the new funding after seeing validation of its idea, brands coming to them wanting more products and services, which led to acquisitions. The company has acquired 7 companies so far, including AmeriCommerce, Spacecraft Brands, and more. Recently, Dumont Project and Cicada Industries. Tariq is planning for another 3 or 4 by the end of the year. In addition, it received inbound interest from strategic investors like Oak and PayPal, which Tariq said was going to enable the company to be more successful faster. Alan Miller, principal at Oak HCFT, said after spending time with Tariq to understand his vision about Car.com software, payments, and services, he felt the company was doing something that didn't exist in today's commerce infrastructure. He said, Car.com is well positioned to help companies like those with 1 million in sales stay focused on growing the business while Car.com stitches together all the tools for them to operate in the background. It's a unique offering to merchants that has a high value proposition, Miller said. The vision and drive that Omar and Jim have, along with an inspiring mission they want to achieve to be brand centric and help the next generation of merchants. So I'm going to do a separate episode in the future on why I invested in Dialogue AI. But Car.com is the kind of investment that I did because of the same reason. I invested in Dialogue AI. I'm a huge believer that many of the merchants are not supposed to be sophisticated when it comes to their e-commerce front. They need to use tools that does all the sophistication and heavy lifting for them. I have a family that worked in the retail space before, and in the 80s and 90s just selling clothes, and they knew their operation and they knew how to manage a physical storefront. If they were still in the business today, I don't think they would have any idea of how to sell to people online DTC. I think they would be drowning in the kind of paradox of working with retail and trying to do DTC on your own. So let's see what else we have here. 300 team members by the end of the year. The company has nearly 70 jobs posted on its website. We're going to check that soon. We're going to go on their website. Car.com serves over 2,000 e-commerce brands, including GNC, Haymaker, Coffee, and Kihi, and it processes more than $700 million in gross merchandise value per year. The company saw revenue increase 400% since the platform's launch in November. In addition, the company has 9 fulfillment centers across the country, and it is increasing its access to reach 80% of the population in the United States with 2-day shipping. Okay, so giving power back to the brands. I'm going to their website, so let's dive into car.com. End-to-end commerce that puts power back in the hands of brands, accelerate online growth with comprehensive capabilities, build a powerful online store, fulfill products at scale, deliver a seamless customer experience, and drive sales. Okay, so I like that they help also people with the customer acquisition, reach and drive acquisition, boosting conversion rates, ROAS, lifetime value. These are the kind of things that most companies don't know how to do. And car.com is trying to do like an A to Z DTC solution for brands. So brands can focus on design and experience. So let's go really quickly to their career section. I want to see really if there are 70 jobs right now open. And holy smokes, there are many jobs, and most of them are around data science. Look at that. Data engineers, machine learning engineers, senior data engineer, back-end engineers, front-end developers, front-end engineers, React, Netcore, a lot of engineering, a bit of IT, director of cybersecurity, very important. Marketing. Okay, they're looking for sales and marketing analysts, social media coordinators, paid B2B marketing specialists. This is interesting. So I guess they are going to also approach their customers the way they're creating funnels for their customers through a lot of paid marketing. Let's see the marketing services, brand manager, CRM, lifecycle marketing manager, e-commerce site manager, can be remote. Interesting. Paid social manager, SEO associate. Wow, so many things. And they're looking for a VP of operations, which is a big position to fill. What else do we have here? A bunch of support and some enterprise account managers. So they do have many jobs open on their site. I'm happy that I managed to squeeze in a small allocation in car.com. I can't disclose from which syndicate, but I want to kind of emphasize here what car.com is trying to solve, because it is the basis of why I decided to invest in a company. Car.com is trying to solve the issue of technology moving forward, but the people who actually need the technology the most not being able to adapt to it, not being able to use it, not being able to kind of connect all the pieces. There are so many things you need to connect to do DTC. Let me just give you a quick breakdown. Imagine you are a brand and now you want to do a lot of direct to consumer. So you have to get the storefront up. That's the e-commerce platform. You have to do fulfillment. Are you going to do 2-day shipping? Amazon does 2-day, 1-day, same-day shipping. Are you going to compete with Amazon with a week, 2-week shipping? Nobody's going to wait for that. You're going to have to do invoicing in scale. You're going to have to do returns in scale. Do you have all the plugins installed? I missed out on a startup that does only returns. That's just one plugin in the store. Do you have data to start dealing with? Are you going to create from the data all kinds of segments? Are you going to create retargeting campaigns? Are you going to run all the paid marketing yourself? There are so many aspects that you have to deal with when you are becoming a e-commerce player. So many brands, even the biggest ones in the world, have not managed to adapt to the technology, and car.com is the kind of company which wants to provide you an A to Z solution instead of just a patch. And it might not work for every company. Not every company wants to have a fulfillment center run by somebody else. Not every company wants the whole storefront to be run by somebody else. Some companies just want the paid media. Some companies just want some plugins. So either car.com, reaches really players that want to give up a lot of control, or they're not going to be customers. That's basically it. Car.com can only work with customers that want to give up a lot of control, because I guess that's how Car.com does their job in the best way possible. So I was happy to share with you today one of my private investments in the special episode. If you like this kind of episode, hit that like button. It's free. It will let me know that you like this kind of content, and I will create more of it and tell you more about my private investments in startups. And if you are new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe. subscribe, and also hit that bell for notifications so you can get notified when a video like this comes out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.